What is the best game you've ever played? Hide and seek at my best friend's house in elementary school. He had 13 brothers and sisters and lived in a huge house on acreage. Nothing was off. Would climb from the first floor to the second floor using the flower pots on the windowsills to climb from into. The backyard had trees galore. Sometimes we would have more than one I was seeking, sometimes we would do the epic games ever. Some of my fondest childhood memories. Thanks for helping me relive those moments. Gang up Tiggy. Basically tag, one person starts off as it meaning they have to tag everyone. However, once they tag someone, those two become a meaning. It's like Tiggy or tag to you Yanks but last man standing. Also played a game we called Socket, which was soccer and cricket mixes together. And we played this really cool basketball game that I can only remember half the rules for, but it was basically a strategy knockout game. Hansa Teutonica X200B. It's an absolutely fabulous game that changes completely depending on who is sitting at the table. As a player you can't just choose a strategy and invest in that. You have to be constantly monitoring what other players are doing and what they are prioritizing and re-evaluating your own priorities based on the current game state. I have been playing this game for years and it's still teaching me. High School Football Championship 82. How much you wanna bet I could throw a football over them mountains? If coach would have put me in fourth quarter, we would have been state champions. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. You better believe things would be different now. Would have gone pro in a heartbeat. I'd be making millions. Living in a mansion somewhere. Soaking it up in a hot tub with my solo mate. Ghosts in the graveyard with all my cousins when we were kids. StarCraft birthday LAN party at my friend's house. Every kid who had a computer brought it over. All night and 64 GoldenEye sessions with my best friend when we were 12. Gran Turismo aspect on our PS2 when my dad finally bought us our first game console. The snowball fight of '93. Our block had kids in every house. Epic snow day. Forts were made on either side of our neighborhood street. You defended you Fort Luke, it was a house you lived in beside you. We even had a medic going around W sled so you could respawn. Fucking epic. Skyrim. Explanation not needed. Honorable mentions. OG Resident Evil 4 not the remake. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Devil May Cry 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Mass Effect Trilogy. I think about them as a single big game. OG Shadow of the Colossus. The remake is weird, there's just something about the mechanics in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The way the various items and powers interact with each other and allow you to build anything. The story. Ganondorf. Also liked Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. 6 seconds animals. One person names an animal, the others have 6 seconds to draw the animal. The drawings are placed face down and shuffled. The whole group roasts the drawings and the winner is chosen by whoever named the animal. The winner chooses the next animal. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. A friend in 5th grade showed it, along with WH-40K, and I still play it to this day. If you want an in-depth, turn-based game about building armies and defending castles with amazing RPG-type leveling and magic, look no further. Factorio, hands down, no question. It's virtually flawless and is the only game I've ever played that has never had a single bug. None. They even incorporated mod support completely into the main game so you can make it into whatever you want. It's perfect. The final session of GG in a long-running campaign. I wrapped all their characters in a cathartic way. They were all new players originally. They'd been friends before, but after that we've become lifelong friends, still after 10 years. Best thing ever. Might be some recency bias involved, but Baldur's Gate 3 is the most impressive and immersive single-player game I think I've ever seen. My most memorable multiplayer experience was probably playing World vs. World in the early days of Guild Wars 2. When it comes to my favorite, I'd say Disco Elysium, but NGL Black Ops 2 and MW3 were probably the games I had the most fun with in my life when I was growing up. Endless hours of new friends, trolling randoms, and bonding with real friends. Secret Hitler. Played every day at lunch at work with the same core group of 6-8 co-workers for a few months. We became masters of that game, I suspect developing insights and tactics that few folks ever have. Not a hot take at all, but probably Hollow Knight. But the best one I've played recently, like within the last year, was Endling. If you haven't tried it, I 100 recommend it. It's beautiful and devastating. Played a game of Asshole with a group of 640-somethings last summer. None had played in 20 years. Picked up right where we left off. Game went on for hours. All the old rules still in play. When I was a child, me and the priest used to take our shirts off and wrestle. It was so fun. He taught me the first rule of Wrestling Club was you never talk about Wrestling Club. Red Dead Redemption 2 alongside Assassin's Creed 2, BioShock, Half-Life 2, Zelda Ocarina of Time, COD MW2 2009, Portal 2, COD Black Ops 2, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Kingdom Hearts 1. Freeze tag, red light, hide and seek, hopscotch. We would have different layouts drawn on the dirt road behind the house. We'd look for new and neat markers each time we played. I was playing hockey in a league higher than me. On my brother's team. Everyone was 2 years older than me. I broke 2 ribs and kept playing. I scored a hat trick that game. Rivals of the Void. Startup game I saw on Tabletop Simulator. Great cardboard game combo. I think the designers are on hiatus, or still looking for a producer. When Risk, a computer game of Risk, that could be completed in minutes. Back in the mid-90s, during college, this fucking game decided all the daily BS chores. I remember being a kid in this townhome complex and there was this one wall that the whole neighborhood of kids used to play wall ball at. Most fun I had as a kid. Hollow Knight, it is way too cheap for an insane amount of content. I actually bought it twice just to support Team Cherry. They knocked it out of the park. I've been gaming for over 45 years since Pong and Zork, and the best overall game in my opinion happens to be one of the most recent Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I play it through every couple of years. The only other game that has that much replay value with me is Doom. I know gamers are sick of hearing it, but The Last of Us is the best game I have ever played in my 41 years of life. And it came out 10 years ago. Halo 3, only video game I still play LMAO. The multiplayer is as timeless as like, chess to me. It just has everything you'll ever need in a game. Black Ops 2, best Call of Duty ever made. Perfect zombies modes, best multiplayer that was balanced. Fun kill streaks, fun customization. The Last of Us. But close behind are The Last of Us 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. Witcher 3. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The first Mario Brothers and the first Mortal Kombat. I was never into gaming, but in my youth those were the 2 games I played. Egyptian Rat Screw. It's a lightning fast-paced 52 card game we used to play in middle school, Sex Ed. I miss those days. Super Smash Brothers. Nothing else comes close when it comes to bringing together or tearing apart a group of people. In no particular order. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Street Fighter 2. Twisted Metal 2. Max Payne 3. Duke Nukem 3D. Banjo-Kazooie for the N64. That will always be my favorite game. Which is why it is objectively the best game. Kick the Can. Whole Neighborhood. Play long after street lamps turn on and until parents call you home. OMG. Freeze tag at night in the fall at some friend's 8th birthday party. Best memories that I've gotten. Ring of Fire drinking game on my 30th birthday. There were people throwing up in the garden. Legendary. Surprised no one mentioned Super Mario 64. So many fun memories growing up playing that on the N64. The Last of Us, GTA 5, The Witcher 3 add-ons, World of Warcraft on release and Warhammer Online. Earthbound, one of those games that go back to every 5 years or so. But wait, many great games. Roblox. It's Roblox, the most bestest dog game in existence, second to Minecraft, I mean Tetris. Early seasons of Fortnite. Need for Speed Underground 2. Halo 2 3. COD 4 Modern Warfare 3. Went 4-4 with a home run and threw a complete game with 12 strikeouts. I peaked at 15. Super Mario World. Really surprised I didn't see this already. Now I feel old. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Grew up playing it and I didn't know how good I had it. Skyrim. How do I seem to be the first one to say it? What an epic journey. Nighttime hide and seek in the summer with the other street kids growing up. When I was a kid, it was hide and seek with the gang during a power outage. Sunset Riders was the shit. Mario Party. Smash Brothers on Groot Rash 64. The Witcher 3, took me a while to get into it, but once I did I was hooked. I am looking forward to the remake. Here's to them not screwing it up. Ocarina of Time blew my mind in 1998, still blows my mind in 2023. Last of Us Part 2. Masterpiece. Can't wait for the TV adaptation. Halo Combat Evolved. Toss in one, watch it. Neopets. Nothing like picking up a slice from the giant omelette. Chrono Trigger on the SNES. Hands down. Hands up. Doesn't matter. Hard to say because there are so many of the same type now. In no particular order. Warframe, Ratchet and Clank, Skyrim. Outer Wilds prob for me, the ending paid off just so well. Freeze tag with a dozen kids spanning an entire block. Red Dead Redemption 2. The level of detail was amazing. Probably World of Warcraft the first time I played it. Red Dead Redemption 2, and it isn't even really close. Either Terraria or Castle Crashers. So many memories. Definitely not the game, dang it, I just lost again. Story-wise? Mass Effect. Gameplay-wise? Division 2. Rogue Company on my Xbox, great game and underrated, smiling face with hearts.